Okay, class, welcome again to our topic. So, dun sa mga latest lectures natin, pinag-aralan natin yung principles of money-time relationship. Tutunan natin gumawa ng cash flow diagram ulit, how to draw cash flow diagram, kailan gagamitin yung compound interest, simple interest, alam natin kung paano gamitin yung yan, annuities, yung uniform amount series, gradient series, So, ngayon, i-apply na natin, So, application of money-time relationship. In this chapter, mabibigyan tayo ng, sa mga problem, bibigyan tayo ng isang project, and then, may mga methods, alternatives na gagamitin. Yung present worth method, yung future worth method, benefit cost ratio method, Dito, malalaman natin kung kung tayo as a manager or engineer, malalaman natin in the end kung i-accept ba natin yung project, after ma-solve natin yung kanyang work, yung kanyang ratio or yung benefits, at after natin may compare yung benefit and then yung cost ng project, Kaya na. Okay? So, sabi niya, objective of this chapter, illustrate the mechanics of several basic methods for making engineering economy studies considering the time value of money. So, dito, mas complicated na yung drawing natin. Hindi na lang basta annuities, hindi na lang siya basta simple compounding, simple interest. So, to describe briefly the underlying assumption and interrelationships of these methods. Okay, so meron tayong mga topics, marami, So, meron tayong 6. Meron tayong 6 topics. So, meron tayong minimum attractive rate of return, present worth method, internal rate of return, benefit cost ratio method, and payback period method. Okay? So, dito, yun nga, kanina sinabi ko, consider natin yung return sa project. Siyempre, of course, mayroon tayong return. Sa lahat ng project, gumasto ka, magkaroon naman yung return ko. Parang yung bagong ngayon, Skyway Stage 3. Of course, pinag-aralan yan, lahat ng gastos, sa right-of way, sa labor, sa materials, lahat yun, gastos yan, lahat yun. Pero magkano naman ang kanyang benefit, in 15 years, o kaya 20 years, 30 years, of operation ng Skyway Stage 3. Parang gano'n, And then, ito, ginamitan siya ng methods, different methods, yung present worth method, annual worth method, future worth method, internal rate of return, and benefit cost ratio, So, maraming alternative, na ginamit, dun sa pag-compute. Okay? So, dito, gagamitan natin ng mga terms, Meron tayong mga terms. So, salvage value. Ano ba itong salvage value na to, So, it is the estimated resale value of an asset at the end of the useful life. So, ito, halimbawa, yung cellphone, bumili ka ng cellphone ngayon, magkano ba ang salvage value niya after 5 years? Halimbawa, yung lifespan is 5 years. Magkano na lang kaya ang pagbebentahan ko ng cellphone after 5 years? Yun ang salvage value. Okay. Internal rate of return, so is a metric used in capital budgeting and to estimate the profitability of potential investments. The internal rate of return or IRR is a discount rate that makes the net present value of all cash flows from a particular project equal to 0. So ito, gagamitin din natin ito, Okay, bonds. Meron din tayong bonds na magagamit, Capital recovery. So, it is the equivalent amount, annual cost of the capital invested, So, ito, annual cost. Yung capital recovery, ito yung annual cost. Magkano kaya ang cost nung in-invest ko annually, So the asset processor system must earn new revenue each year to just recover the initial investment plus a stated rate of return. So meron siyang interest konti over its expected life. So any expected salvage value is considered in the computation of capital recovery. Okay? Now, ano naman ito? Determining the minimum attractive rate of return. Okay. Example, pag nag-invest ka ng pera, 10 million, kaya 5 million, sabi niya, sir, ito lang yung may paparamis namin na minimum, sabi niya, attractive rate of return, Ito lang yung mapapromise namin interest ng pera mo, 1%. Gusto mo pa rin ba? Minimum yun, attractive return, yung return niya. Are we willing to accept the project? Or willing ka bang mag-invest? Ganun, So, sabi niya, I'm ARR on a project, a manager or company is willing to accept, sabi niya, di ba? Before starting the project. So, given its risk, willing ka bang mag-invest given yung risk, baka in the future malulugi siya, mawawala, di ba? And the opportunity cost of foregoing other projects. Okay? All these methods except IRR convert cash flows resulting from a proposed solution into their equivalent worth at some point in time by using interest rate known as the minimum attractive rate of return. Okay. Doon pa lang sa term na minimum attractive rate of return, na-attract ka ba doon sa interest? Sa rate of return? Pag binigyan ka ng proposal, ganun, It's usually a policy issue to solve the top management of an organization in view of numerous considerations. So, maraming consideration yun bago mo i-accept yung project or yung investment or yung proposal. Okay? Consideration related to MAR. So, the amount of money available for investment and the source and cost of this fund. The number of goods projects available for investment and their purposes, the amount of perceived risk, diba? Risk, maraming risk yun, So, the amount of perceived risk that is associated with investment. Baka in the future, babagsak yung economy, baka malulugi, ganon. Halimbawa, ito nga, yung pandemic. Nag-invest ka noong 2018, biglang nagka-pandemic noong 2019 o kaya 2020. Ayan, hindi mo ma-foresee. Yun ang risk, Biglang nag-shutdown yung business. Of course, malulugi ka, Yan ang risk, So, the type of organization involved, competitive ba yung industry? Magaling ba yung company na pinag-investan ko? Naglulugi ba siya? Magaling ba siyang mag-manage ng pera? Ganun, yun ang consideration bago tayo mag-invest, Kahit malaki yung sinabing rate of return, kung hindi naman siya magaling mag-manage ng pera yung company, are you going to risk, mag-invest ka pa rin ba? Okay. So, this is the first method, the present worth method or the net present value method, So, NPV or PW sa ibang term, PW, method or the NPV naman sa iba, So, the present worth method is based on the concept of equivalent worth method of all cash flows relative to some base or beginning point in time called the present. So, ito, lahat ng, dun sa cash flow diagram, di ba, meron tayong future worth, meron tayong annual worth, or annuities, yung uniform gradient method. Lahat yon, i-compute natin yung present worth niya, Ibabalik natin siya into present amount, into year zero. Yan ang, ang kanyang method, So, all cash flow, inflows and outflows are discounted to the base point at an interest rate that is generally the MAR. So, meron siyang interest, na given din. Parang sa cash flow diagram din lang, ano. Pero, however, lahat yan, i-convert natin into present worth, no? Or present value, no? So, the PW or PV of an investment alternative is a measure of how much money an individual, the firm could afford to pay for an investment project in excess of its cost. So, bibigyan ka ng proposal. So, ito yung future na benefit ng project natin. So, ito yung annual benefit ng project natin. Annual cost. Ito yung annual benefit. Willing ka bang mag-invest ng ganito ngayon? Yan ang tatanungin sa'yo. So, naka-based on the present, on the year zero. Okay? So, sabi niya, to find the present worth or present value as a function of interest, I, of a series of cash receipts or expenses, it is necessary to discount future amounts to the present, di ba? Lahat sa present, by using an interest rate for the appropriate study period. So, the higher the interest rate, and the further into the future as cash flow, of course, the lower is its present worth. Okay? So, pag mas malaking interest rate, mas maliit yung present worth. As long as the present worth or present equivalent of cash inflows inflows minus cash outflows is greater than or equal to 0. So, yun. Makita niyo mga sa formula, yung present worth is equal to the present worth of the benefit minus the present worth of the cost or all the expenses should be greater than 0, or equal to 0. Pag less than 0, ibig sabihin, wag mong i-accept yung project. Or, kung equal to 0, sabi niya, justifiable. Meron pa siyang, ma-justify ba siya in the future siguro. So, i-recompute ulit, Otherwise, sabi niya, it is not acceptable, Kung less than 0, yung present worth of the benefit minus present worth or present value of the cost is less than 0, yun. And not, negative. Negative, not acceptable. Huwag mo i-accept yung project. If receipts or savings are not known, the method is characterized by negative valued PW or PV. Okay. So, ito yung step sa pag-evaluate ng project, dun sa problem. Determine the interest rate. Estimate the service life. So, given ito sa problem. Estimate the cash flow for each period over the service life. So, drawing natin yung cash flow diagram ulit, yung cash outflow, inflow, Okay, determine the net cash flow for each period. Yan sabi niya, net cash flow is equal to net cash inflow minus cash outflow. So in other term, or present worth is equal to the present worth of the benefit or inflow minus the present worth of the outflow or the cost. Okay? So, find the present worth of each net cash flow. So, yun nga sinabi ko kanina, lahat ng cash flow doon sa cash flow diagram, i-convert natin into present worth. So, makita niyo mamaya, hindi niyo pa maintindihan ngayon. So, mamaya, i-compute tayo ng problem. Okay. So, ito yun yung sa consideration, So, if the present worth or the net present value of the project is greater than 0, so project is acceptable. I-accept natin yung project. If the present worth or the net present value of the project is equal to 0, so indifferent and justifiable. So, magre-recompute siguro ako. I-justify pa yan nung company. Or the present worth or the net present value of the project is less than 0, so the project is rejected. Huwag mong i-accept or reject mo siya. Kasi wala kang kita. So, comparing more than alternatives based on the net present worth criterion, select one with the highest net present worth as long as all the alternatives have the same service lives. Okay? Yan. So, ito na yung formula natin, Saan na? Yan. Ito Ito yung formula natin. So, present worth or the net present value is equal to the present worth of cash inflow. So, lahat ng kita pumapasok sa'yo na pera. Ano? So, alam mo yung ano na kita natin? Pataas, ano? Minus the present cash outflows. Ano? Yung present. Sa pababa, ano? So, PW is equal to PW benefits minus PW cost. Okay? So, ito ulit consideration, factors to consider yung kanina. PW is greater than 0, projects are acceptable. Present worth is equal to 0, remain different or justified all. If the present worth is less than 0, project is rejected. Okay? Malapit na. Ayan, umpisan natin sa mga sa malilit lang sa basic. So, lahat ng problem na to kinuha ko na sa reviewer, So, pag nag-review tayo, okay, na-meet na natin itong mga problem na to. Okay, good day, magko-compute na tayo. Okay, Okay? Let us solve problems about the application of money, time, and relationship. So, yung first method natin is the net present worth method or the present value method. Okay, number 1. So, the cash flows associated with the rice milling machine are as follows. So, year 0, nag-invest siya, At year 0, nag-invest siya, negative 50,000. Kita nyo sa problem. And then, years 1 to 5, kumikita na siya ng 15,000 pesos. Yearly, annually. Annually. So, at A, minimum attractive rate of return. So, 15%, 10% per year, yung MARR niya. So, calculate the machine's net present value of the machine. So, meron tayong choices. So, nakita nyo, yung year 0, so that is already a present worth, So, ang i-convert lang natin into present worth, year P, year 0, as a P, yung 15,000. So, i-draw lang natin para nakita natin. Okay? So, sabi niya, at year 0, so this is year 0, at present. Okay? Nag-invest siya ng 50,000, So, sa makita niya negative, Ibig sabihin, bumili siya, ng milling machine. So, 50,000. And then, in year 5, in 5 years, kumikita na siya na 15,000. So, 1, 2, 3, So, annual. So, annual interest na siya, Annual, annual income. Until year 5 with an interest of 10%. So, minimum attractive. Ibig sabihin, ito yung, ito yung kanyang interest, ng pera niya, ito yung kanyang benefit, o yung nakukuha niyang profit, 10%. So, makita natin, so sabi niya, present worth method or the net present value method, pares lang, NPV or PW, or, okay, NPV na lang, yung sabi ng, ang kanyang problem. So, net present value is equal to the net present value of all the benefit minus the net present value of all the cost. So, kita natin, ang net present value ng benefit is ito. So, nakalitis siya. So, this 15,000, i-convert natin into present, year 0. So, gagamitan natin ng formula, So, finding P, given A, Yan, diba? with an interest I and N. Diba? Minus 50,000. So, dahil naka-present na siya, no? Naka-present na yung 50,000. Nasa present worth na siya, no? Okay? So, the net present value of the machine is equal to, what is the formula ulit? Finding P given A, ano? So, P, di ba? For A, sabi niya, A is 1 plus I raised to N less 1 divided by I 1 plus I raised to N. Diba? Ito yung formula natin, diba? Yung sa principles. 1 plus I raised to N less 1 over I 1 plus I raised to N. Given yung A, ano? Minus 50,000. Okay? So, substitute natin 15,000. So, 1 plus I, 0.10 raised to 5 years. Yung N natin, ano? 5 years. Divided by 0.10, 1.10 raised to 5 minus 15,000. So, magkano kaya ang net present value nito? Negative kaya? I-accept kaya natin yung project? No. So, so the net present value, ano, so ito na, nasubstitute natin yung given. So this is 56,861.801 less the 50,000, no, nasa present worth na, no, nasa present value na kasi yan, no, sa present na kasi yung 50,000 ito. So, the answer is 6,861.80. No? So, ang sagot natin sa problem is letter B. Diba? Very easy. Ano? So, draw the cash flow diagram. Tignan natin lahat ng out. Yung cash outflow and cash inflow. And then, ganito lang. Diba? Kung nasa ano siya, uniform series siya, so, the uniform series, i-convert natin into present worth. No. Lahat, ano, pati yung salvage value, kung meron pa sana salvage value dito, future worth, convert natin into present lahat yung year 0. And then, this is the formula. Take the difference, ano, makikita natin yung the net present value of the machine is 6,861.80. Ibig sabihin, this is the, ito yung kanyang, profit, ano, net present value today, ano, present value today. Okay, number 2 na tayo. Yan. So, madali lang, ano. Okay, an investment of $10,000 can be made in a project that will produce a uniform annual revenue. So, meron na ulit siyang benefit, ano, annually na 5,310 for 5 years ulit, ano. Okay? So, and then have a salvage value of 2,000. So, after 5 years, mabebenta siya, ano, $2,000. So, meron siyang salvage value. So, annual expenses, so meron na siya expenses, ano, $3,000 each year for operation and maintenance. Okay? So, the companies will accept any project that will earn an annual return of 10% ulit or more before income taxes on all invested capital. So, show whether this is a desirable investment by using the present worth. So, sabi niya, show whether this is a desirable investment by using the present worth method. Okay? PW down. Pares lang. Okay? So, ano ulit yung first step? Drawing natin yung kanyang cash flow diagram. Very easy. Yan. Sabi niya, investment. So, at year zero yun, investment. Sa term lang ng investment, dapat alam mo na kung saan yun. Out. Yun, investment. Naglabas. Year zero yun. That will produce a uniform annual revenue. Annual revenue, ibig revenue, kita yun. So, $5,310 sabi na. For 5 years ulit. So, this is year 0, year 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? 2, 3, 4, 5. So, hanggang dito. And then, mabebenta mo siya ng the salvage value. Ano? Ibig sabihin, mabebenta mo siya ng $2,000. Yung pera, ano? Okay? Ay, yung negosyo, ano? Or yung project. So, A is 5,310. So, lahat dyan, benefits. Ano? Lahat yan, kita yan, lahat pataas. Sabi niya, annual expenses ulit. So, meron naman expenses. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So annual, so operations and maintenance cost, ang tawag dyan. Diba? Maintenance cost, sabi niya. So, $3,000. So, unnoticed ulit ito. A. Now, yan na, may drawing na. So, willing daw yung company na i-accept yung project basta meron siyang 10% na benefit or kita. Okay? So, what is the net present value of the project? Or net present worth or present worth project. So, ito na yung diagram natin. So, napakadali, no? Lahat ng pataas, benefit. Lahat ng pababa, cost. So, present worth is equal to the present worth of all the benefit minus the present worth of all the cost. Okay? So, lahat ng benefit. So, ito, naka-annuities siya, no? So, finding P, given A ulit, ano? So, given A, an interest I, and plus the salvage value. So, this is the future worth. Salvage value. So, F, finding F given P, ano? Ay, finding P given F, ano? Finding P, sorry. Finding P given A. So, this is finding P given F, the interest, N. So, this is compounding yan, automatic. Minus the cost. What is your cost? So, dito naman, ano? So, finding P ulit. Sorry. Finding P given A. Finding P given A, with interest, N. Plus, yung investment mo na 10,000. So, this is already our equation. Ano? Okay, annuities, uniform series, yun. Plus the salvage value, yun. Plus yung ito ulit, yung maintenance cost, plus the investment cost. So, P, yung formula natin, so, A, 1 plus I raised to N less 1 divided by I, 1 plus I raised to N. Plus, ano yung formula natin dito? Future worth. Finding P. So, P, 1 plus I raised to negative n. No? Kalimutan ko na. 1 plus I raised to negative n. Tama ba? F is equal to P 1 plus I raised to n. Tama. Okay? Or F of P is equal to F 1 plus I raised to n. O. O, tama. F. Ano? Okay, yan ang formula natin. Minus. Or baba natin. Pwede to. Baba lang natin para mas madaling pa. Okay? So, F is equal to 1 plus I raised to n. Pwede rin yan. Minus. Ganun din. 1 plus I raised to n plus 1 divided by I. 1 plus I raised to n plus 10,000 investment. Okay? Substitute na natin lahat. So, annuities of 5,310. 1 plus 0.10 raised to n less 1 divided by 0.10. Diba? Mahaba, no? 1.10 raised to 5. Sorry. 5 years yung n. Okay? Plus F. So, 2,000. 1 point plus 10 raised to 5. Minus. So, 3,000 yung maintenance cost. Okay? 3,000. 1 plus 0.10 raised to 5 less 1 divided by I. 1.10. 1 plus 0.10 raised to 5 plus the 10,000 na investment cost. Okay? Ang importante dito talaga yung principles of money time, yung how. Huwag mo nyo kalimutan yung mga formulas natin. Ako nakalimutan ko rin. Okay? So, this is already our solution. Substitute na natin lahat ng given. So, ito, the amount of this is 53,451 less the amount of this, ito yung cost. So, this is the cost. So, 21,372.360. So, nakita nyo, ito yung overall cost natin. So, this is the overall benefit. Yan. So, yun. So, this is the net present worth of the project. So, nakita nyo? So, the net present worth is greater than 0. So, ano gagawin mo? Accept the project or the proposal. Diba? Sabi niya, accept the investment or desirable ba yung investment? Yes, desirable. Because it is more than 0. So, makita mo palang naman dun sa drawing. So, this is your benefit. 5,310. Ito lang yung maintenance cost mo. So, meron lang 2,000 kaagad na revenue, or meron ka agad, benefit na 2,000 pesos, di ba? 2,310. Doon lang sa drawing, kita mo na, i-accept mo na agad yung project, di ba? Doon lang sa drawing. Ganun, it's very easy. Akala natin mahirap yung problem. Pero pag drawing mo na siya, nakita mo yung benefit, nakita mo yung cost, very easy na lang. Basta alam mo yung formula, So, okay. Okay. Number 3 na tayo, So, So dito sa number 3, meron siyang alternative ng dalawang machine. Mamimili yung farmer ng machine na ipapalit niya dun sa kanyang old one. Sabi niya dito, 2 alternative machines are being considered by a farmer to replace an older worn out one. So the cash flows for the 2 mutually exclusive alternatives are shown in the table below. So meron siyang table. So minimum attractive rate of return is 10%. So what is the present worth difference between the 2 machines? So magkano dito? Yung machine A at the start, sabi niya, the start of the year, yung year 0, nag-invest siya ng 20,000, okay? And then meron siyang revenue na 4,864.60 yearly in 6 years. Same is true with the machine B. So machine B naman, nag-invest siya ng 28,000. At year 0, meron naman siyang kita natin, 8,419.88. Sabi niya, what is the difference between the 2 machines? Yung present difference. Okay? So dito, kunan natin yung present worth ng machine A muna. So, okay, present worth benefit minus present worth cost. Assuming na alam niyo na kagad, alam niyo na. So, very easy na lang kasi pag neutral na, alam mo na ito. Okay? Substituting all the given, ito. So, ang present worth ng machine A is 1,186.60. So, dito rin sa machine B, ganito rin So, present worth of the benefit is less the present worth of the cost. So, ito, nilagay ko na dito. Ito na, kinuha ko to. Yung factor nito. Itong factor nito. This is the equivalent niya, 4.3533. So, nakuha natin na present worth of the machine, B, is 8,671.1033. So, what is the difference niya sa problem? So, ito, the difference is 7,484.60. Okay? Very easy, Drawing ka lang, cash flow diagram. Kung meron siyang alternative, drawing mo siya ng 2 beses, Same is true with the, 4, meron din siyang alternative, So, kayo nang bahala doon. Okay? So, pare-parehas na lang, Basta yun, kailangan draw the problem. Very easy na lang, Okay?
Di pangkaraniwan para siyang superhero. Hinarap lahat ng pagsubok, yung iba hindi biro. Meron siyang misyon, kaya walang takot sumabak. Mga buhay na nagkasalalay sa kanyang pangarap. Parang pelikula, action, adventure, drama. May konting comedy, love story na pangmasa. Galing sa wala, akala mo talo na tapos. Yung pala siya yung bida, kaya lahat sila paos. Kasi sigaw